Hey guys, this is Tiffany with the Nerdettes, and I am back to talk about more anime because love anime. I've been a anime lover guru for a very long time, and so I've been sharing some like spoiler-free reviews, as will this one be. Oh, if you can't see what it is, if you have not watched this, you should. And we'll get into talking more about it. You should know if I love a series, and I mean love it, if I own it, and I happen to own this one. So that in of itself is a recommendation. If I own a series, and it's not downloaded on my terabyte hard drive, or in my Alienware laptop that I'm using right now, if I actually own it on Blu-ray or disc, that means I really like it. So, we're going to talk a little bit about it. This is Elfen Lied, and some people say different things, but it's actually German, and we'll talk about what it means in a little bit, but Elfen Lied. So, word of caution, this is very adult. There is nudity, there is gore, lots of blood, lots of, heads getting ripped off, lots of, stuff like that. But I know a lot of teens and younger, some might call them kids, out there are perfectly fine and unfazed by the likes of Attack on Titan and other things that are very bloody and gory and limbs getting ripped off. So, I mean, use your best judgment. If you're, children, or you're someone that you're not sure if this is right for, can handle that, they can probably handle this. There is nudity though. This person you see on the front is Lucy / New, Nyu, New. That is her right there. As you can see, she's kind of scantily clad. Think like Leeloo Dallas, with her kind of bandages right there. And here she is again on the back, Elfen Lied. You can kind of see, look at the blood and the guns. But yeah, and as I show you the disc, I'm actually going to take out the disc because I think you'll better understand what you're dealing with when I show you these discs. But yes, there are physical features. You do see nipples. That does happen. I mean, when you first meet her, she is full-blown naked. So, putting that out there. This is the first disc of the set, and as you can see, she's very scantily clad. That is Lucy / New. She has a bandage around her head. Look at that eyeball. That should give you enough away to let you know she's not exactly right in the head. She has little horns, which we will talk about. They're kind of they almost look like ears. Here's the second one. She is full-blown nude right there, but you can't really see anything right there because, as you can see, her hand and her hair tastefully hide the naughty bits. And oh gosh, last but not least, the third disc. This is not a long anime. This is 13 episodes, which, if you know me, I love me some Gundam, I love me some Macross, and those 50 episode, sometimes more series, especially if you have movies. But yeah, this one's 13, so if you want something kind of brief that does end and, complete itself to watch, Elfen Lied is something I highly recommend. Again, this is like a paranormal. I don't really know how to classify it. It is a horror, kind of psychological thriller. That's the best way I can think of to describe it. So let's talk a little bit about it without spoiling it. Elfen Lied, it's very profound. There's a lot of, the war between innocence versus evil, emotions, human beings as individuals, and these are dicloni, I think is how you say it, dicloni, how you say it, I'm not really sure, because in the Japanese versus the English is a little, you let me know, please, if you know how to pronounce it, you let me know. I would greatly appreciate it, because to me it looks Italian, so it makes me want to say dicloni, I don't know, you tell me. But anyways, they are very human-like, as you can see, but they have these two horns. They almost look like ears, especially if you look on the back here. I don't know how well you can see that. Sorry for the glare. But these little white things right here, they kind of look like ears, like cat ears, because they're kind of hollowed out in the center, but they're actually they're like bones, they're horns. They are part of them, and they have vectors. So vectors, these diclone, however you want to say it. Anyway, I'm going to say diclone, whatever. They have vectors. So vectors are like, they have these invisible, think of almost like a Black Widow, or like I'm trying to think of something out there, like Doc Ock. That's the best way I can think of to describe it. If you're a Spider-Man fan or familiar with the Marvel Universe at all, Doc Ock, he has those 8, like, I guess, like arms or, capabilities to, pick people up. Vectors are very much like that, except they're invisible. And they there's multiple, there's not like 8 or a set amount, but they say that the more powerful you are as a diclone, the more vectors you have. So she has quite a bit. And when you first meet her, she is in a lab of some kind, fully naked, and using her invisible vectors that look like basically almost like, if you've ever seen those sticky hands, like they are very long, they're almost elastic in like the way they look, and they like sever people's heads and take the hearts out of, Kali Ma Shakate, take hearts out of people's bodies, and so they're telekinetically controlled. They're they're transparent. They can manipulate and telekinetically control objects, cut things within their reach. So yeah, she's obviously a teenage girl, Lucy, however you want to say it. She was, she basically feels like she was rejected by humans. She wants revenge. And so yeah, the title Elfen Lied is actually German as well as Dutch. It actually translates to Elves Song or Song of the Elves. And so yeah, this is basically what happens if you have like abilities, you get like alienated, and there's a lot of prejudice. There's abuse, because she's basically like a science experiment, so there's a lot of abuse that you see, not just on her, but the other diclone, like Nana. You'll meet Nana. She's, it's very, you get a lot of, oh my goodness, what is that syndrome when my brain, it's too early in the morning for this, when you become basically like, your captor becomes like you love your captor in like a kind of twisted way. That's kind of what happens here. But yeah, there's a major plot twist with her. Not gonna give that away, obviously. This is a series that is mind blowing and just mind altering. Okay, for lack of a better word, it's a mind fuck. Okay, This has one of the most beautiful openings of any anime I've ever watched in my life. I am a huge opening fan. Music, stuff like that. Part of how I look at a series is based on its opening, the ending, the music, the way they integrate different characters. But this opening, oh my gosh, if you watch it, you can YouTube it. I swear to you. Go YouTube it right now. Elfen Lied opening. It is gorgeous. It's artistic. It's creative. It's got that Italian kind of aspect to it, but it's like, you almost want to look at it as art. Yes, there is nudity. There's obvious boobage and nipples and anatomy going on there. There's like a demonic type demon with her. Can't go into that without spoilers. There's just the opera, like the aria that is with this opening, is unparalleled. Of any opening, if there was like a top 5 iconic, the minute you heard it, you know what it was. I mean, up there with like Dragon Ball Z, with like, like Naruto's Haruka Kanata, like those openings that the second you hear it, you know what series it is. Elfen Lied is in like maybe even number one. I mean, I would go as far as to say that because the opening is so iconic, so worldly known, so well known. It is there is nothing like it in the anime world to my knowledge. But anyways, there's a lot of that. So anyways, yeah, Elfen Lied. And again, I mean, like I said, if I own it, it's good. So it's I mean, what else can I say that's not a spoiler? I mean, you start to have compassion. Like at first you're like, what is this crazy girl doing? Like, there's a lot of murder, there's a lot of suspense, there's a lot of like, why is she naked? Why is she in a lab? Who are all these people she's killing? Why is she killing these scientists? Why are they experimenting on her? What is their goal? What has happened to her? How has she gotten to this point? So all those questions are answered by the end of the 13 episode series. And I mean, if you're gonna binge watch a show, this is one to binge. And but yeah, like I said again, if you can handle nudity without if your children can or not. If you can handle nudity, if you can handle blood, this is... Oh, hey, that's awesome. It says, Niu is a babe in the woods. Lucy is a vicious killer. If only they didn't share the same body. There you go. That's it in a nutshell. She's got like it's like bipolar. She's got like a duplicate personality, like a two-sided, it's almost like two sides of the same coin, quite literally. One part of her is, cute and adorable and sweet and can't really speak, but is very just kind of naturally that kind of, damsel in distress that you kind of want to protect. The other half is that yandere, stabby, stabby, I will murder you and kill all of your friends because I'm psycho. Half. So there, it's very, flip Jekyll and Hyde, very Jekyll and Hyde. That's, the best way I can think of to explain it. But yeah, she's... You will feel for her character. You will hate her character. You will definitely have a love-hate relationship with the other Diclone. This is actually the series that, made me really kind of get into a lot of anime. I was very skeptical about anime at some point. Gosh, how old was I? I was just starting college, and I was very skeptical of anime, that it could be for grown-ups and be profound and be something that you would want to watch. This series, actually, is one of the ones that got me really involved in anime, was Elfen Lied. This is one of those that, is unforgettable. So, highly, highly recommend. If you have never seen, if you don't really think anime, if you like gore, if you like horror, if you like psychological thrillers, but anime is not really for you, or you don't think it is, check this out and let's have a discussion on whether or not you think it's for you after you watch this. Because this is one of those shows you're just like, well, I was probably wrong. I wonder what else is out there. But yeah, this series is up there for me. So check it out. Highly recommend it. I'll be doing more anime, just non-spoiler reviews, and just kind of being an anime guru, I get asked all the time what my recommendations are by family and friends and people that I don't even know that come to me like, hey, what do you think my daughter would like? She likes Fairy Tail, or she likes Attack on Titan, she likes, whatever it may be. What do you think she would like? Let me tell you. Typically, if you give me like 2 or 3 series that you like, I can recommend something else. And that's why I'm doing these videos, is because as a nerdette, as someone who is very well rounded, who loves Doctor Who and Stranger Things and Firefly and Star Wars and Star Trek and The Orville and Walking Dead, Supernatural, Monty Python, Mr. Bean, Game of Thrones, literature, manga, movies. I mean, anything you can imagine, I have delved into it. From Doctor Who to Black Mirror to like anything you can pretty much imagine in the nerd or geek sphere, I have looked at it or watched it, and that includes anime. So if you like, if you've never watched anime, but if you like Game of Thrones, if you like history, if you like medieval, if you like RPGs, like if you like role-playing games, if you like Overwatch or whatever, and you want an anime to watch, come to me. I can help you. I can steer you down a long path that is beautiful and amazing. So yeah, that's my review. I love Elfen Lied. Highly recommend it. Watch it. It's amazing. We are giving away an NES and SNES Classic. That video will be coming out this week on how you can win an NES Classic or an SNES Classic. And one of the ways to do that is to subscribe. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching, subscribing. We do live streaming and unboxings and reviews on just about anything you can imagine. And we hope to do more very unique things on our channel. So hope to see you guys more, and you can also like us on Facebook at facebook.com/the Nerdettes, and we hope to see you back, and go watch Elfen Lied and let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts. So thank you guys for watching. Bye.